What is up? What is up, guys? It feels good to be back. Welcome to Houseplant Therapy. My name is Chris, and in today's video, we're going to talk about taking care of the neon pothos in 4 steps. There it is. So the neon pothos is an amazing plant. Chances are you came to the neon pothos because you kind of graduated maybe from a different type of pothos. You have the golden pothos, the green pothos. Look at this pothos madness right here. This is a 6-foot long, 125-gallon aquarium. If you guys are interested, a little side note on putting pothos in fish tanks, I have a video series on it as well because I feel like I have completely mastered it. But anyways, the neon pothos. There's a bunch of different types of pothos, like I just said, and the neon is my favorite. So let's grab the neon pothos. We will move this jade plant. Maybe we'll just swap positions. Okay, look at this beast. She's so beautiful. Look at these vines too. Isn't that crazy? So the neon pothos gets its name from its crazy coloration of the leaves. They are a bright neon green, and that's what makes it my favorite pothos on the planet. Some people will argue that, but just like the vibrant neonness to these things are just absolutely crazy, and it looks so crazy when next to like regular green pothos. Like you can see the neons in here, and they just look way crazier. So I told you guys I was gonna do neon pothos care in 4 steps. So step number 1 with the neon pothos is lighting. A lot of people screw this up, but lighting is absolutely huge when it comes to pothos plants. So the pothos houseplant is sort of marketed as this low light beginner plant. And I gotta argue that because we have pothos all over the house here, and it really depends on what they look like depending on how much light they get. Like for instance, we have these weak little green pothos doing this test under these cheap grow lights, and they haven't grown in like 6-7 months. Whereas we have a bright LED shop light over here, and you can just tell the difference. Like the results just show this plant wants light. And to kind of break that down for you, what you want to do is find somewhere in your household that gets like 4 to 6 hours of indirect lighting. You know, if your window's right here, maybe you could put the plants over here. As you can see, this plant right here is feeding off of the light from the window. So use your best judgment. We don't want direct lighting for the pothos, but we want indirect lighting. The second variable that's super important when it comes to pothos plants is watering schedule. Like 90% of mastering houseplants is figuring out how to properly water your houseplants. What I suggest as far as taking care of the neon pothos and watering it, what you want to do is water this plant on average maybe like once every week or 2 weeks. And what you don't want to do is water it a little bit like every other day. What the plant wants is a thorough watering, like thorough, you know, like just soak everything and then let it dry out, completely dry out in between waterings. That's what the plant wants. A lot of people screw it up where they're watering these plants a little bit every other day, and the soil doesn't get a chance to dry out, and that's what causes the roots to rot. The third variable that's super important for pothos plants is to give them a smaller pot. You know, it's really common for new plant keepers to bring home their plant. A lot of times it's a nursery pot like this, and they're like, well, this doesn't look so cute and I just want to repot it into a bigger pot, you know, because generally people think, well, it came in this and it doesn't hurt to repot it because it can always grow into it, right? That's not the case. These plants prefer to be crowded. And what you want to do is just let them grow until they're out of control and look at the bottom of the pot until you can see roots. This one, you don't see any roots, and that's considered root bound. That plant's not root bound, so I'm not changing the pot. And a little caveat, when you do change the pot, only go like 1 inch or 2 bigger, because if you go too big, the plant does not like that. The roots like to be crowded. And the fourth variable to taking care of your neon pothos is the medium, also known as the soil. A lot of people use kind of like the wrong soil. This plant calls for a super well draining soil. That's why you can kind of see all this bark in here and all of this perlite. This stuff is essentially just stuff that kind of absorbs water and lets it drain thorough. And what happens is if you have like a super tight bound potting soil, the water can't drain out. And what happens is you start to get rotting roots in here because the dirt is holding all that moisture, and that's not what you want. Well, guys, hopefully those 4 steps help you take care of your neon pothos plant. I swear to you, 90% of it is giving your plant enough lighting and figuring out the watering schedule. Remember what I said. I promise you guys, these are super easy to take care of. This is probably the easiest houseplant, arguably, although the snake plant's really easy. Hit me up in the comments section. Did this video help you learn how to take care of your neon pothos plant? Give this video a like. Please subscribe. It's 90 degrees in here and I'm so hot. Maybe I should turn on the AC. I don't know.